Hello, I am Dr. Cinema. I analyze and diagnose movies and explain them to you. As you can tell, there's a theme going on with my videos today. You see, earlier today, the trailer for The Dark Tower, a movie based on the series of novels by Stephen King, was released on YouTube earlier today. So I decided, in keeping theme with the trending YouTube trailer, that I all my videos today will be focused on Stephen King works. And in my other diagnosis, I talked about Maximum Overdrive, which is the only theatrical movie directed by Stephen King himself. But now I'm going to take a look at one of Stephen King's theatrical movies that was directed by Stanley Kubrick. Now, you know Stanley Kubrick as the guy who directed Clockwork Orange and 2001: A Space Odyssey, two of the best movies ever created. And Stanley Kubrick is therefore known as one of the greatest directors of all time. So you can tell that when it was announced that The Shining was getting a theatrical version directed by Stanley Kubrick, that people were kind of excited about it. So, and I don't really know how popular the book The Shining exactly is with a lot of Stephen King fans, but I know it must be popular enough to actually get this big of a movie deal. So, and the movie itself is actually very popular, supernatural, psychological, horror, suspense. I mean, it's a great movie. We've got Jack Nicholson playing the main character. Sorry, I kind of spaced on the main character's name. I want to say it's also Jack, but that's probably wrong. But anyway, it's a great movie. Although Stephen King himself wasn't exactly a fan of Kubrick's version, one of the biggest problems he had was with the ending, which in Kubrick's version ended with Jack Nicholson's character getting frozen outside, while in the book it was a big fiery explosion of the hotel. So later on down the road, Stephen King got his hand involved with a bunch of mini-series based on his books. These mini-series brought us it, the Langoliers, but also gave us his like live action adaptation of The Shining with different characters and different details and in certain parts of the story. And this mini-series version of The Shining, it's so boring. I mean, so much dialogue and talking and nothing happening. Like, I think there was even a scene where there was a bunch of like supernatural stuff going on the main floor, but the two main characters were just like, should we go down? No, we gotta talk about stuff. So we're like, oh my god. Hold on a second. Hold on. It's bugging me that I can't remember the main character's name from The Shining. So hold on a second. But like I said, as I'm researching this, that it was very, very boring. Like we get it. You are an author, Stephen King. You work with words, and that's great for books, and you have made a lot of good books. But that's not how movies work. Movies is a visual it's a visual entertainment medium. So you got to actually cut out a lot of the dialogue and such and make room for actually more visual scares. Oh, hey, look, yeah, I was right. The main character's name is Jack Terrence. So, Jack Nicholson had the first right name. Pretty nice. Anyway, I can't believe it. I mean, all the scares and the scares are like Halloween store bought stuff. The dialogue is overused, and I think there's even a cameo by Sam Raimi. But there's, but after watching the miniseries and watching the Stanley Kubrick movie, I was beginning to see like how much superior Stanley Kubrick was. I mean, he was always like the king of like movies. I mean, 2001: Space Odyssey had almost no dialogue for the majority of the movie. But then something happened. I saw something in Stanley Kubrick's version that was diff uh, was very different from the miniseries version of it. I mean, a lot of the stuff is pretty different, but something was different in the Kubrick version that was from the miniseries version that was actually better in the miniseries. And it's actually kind of a big part. So, what exactly is this one thing that was so different? Jack Terrence. In the Let me explain. In the movie, Stanley Kubrick directed movie, we've got Jack Nicholson who plays it, and when it comes to the actual like psychotic breakdown, going all murdery with the axe, it's entertaining to watch. And I can't remember the guy who played Jack Terrence in the miniseries, but he wasn't really so much entertaining. It was like kind of quirky or goofy to watch, sort of, even when he was supposed to be his most terrifying. Well, I shouldn't say that. He did have a couple decent creepy moments. Yeah, he actually had a lot of creepy moments from the moment I think about it. But you see, is the thing with Jack Nicholson is that his portrayal of the character in Kubrick's Shining could be switched out easily with his performance of the Joker in Batman. I mean, it's just another Jack Nicholson performance. I mean, even when Jack, the character, is supposed to like be normal, he looks freaking terrifying when he's played by Jack Nicholson. But no, we actually in the miniseries, surprisingly, we actually see Jack as a human. We connect. We see his sensitive, soft moments, and we see this transition into unhinged, crazy lunatic, and it's very believable. It's detailed. It's actually, I'm gonna say it, kind of impressive, actually. So, did Stephen King actually do something better than Kubrick done or did? Yeah, Steve. As far as portraying the character of Jack Terrence, for the most part, Stephen King in the miniseries did it better than Stanley Kubrick in his theatrical version of The Shining. Now, does that mean that the miniseries version is better? Hell no! For the majority of the film, like The Shining by Stanley Kubrick is so much superior, so much better. But there, but we shouldn't be so dismissive of the miniseries version of The Shining. I mean, Jack's character is kind of creepy, and there are certain parts of the miniseries version that I kind of need to watch, but you could probably come with a almost lethal drinking game out of it. So my diagnosis here is that Stanley Kubrick's movie is the superior version in most ways. But when it comes to the portrayal of Jack Terrence, I mean Jack Nicholson is entertaining, but if you want a more developed transition like in the book, then you should probably check out the miniseries as well. But the movie is still far better. Yeah, we finally agree on something for once. Yeah. So, oh yeah, special announcement. I want to do a special video on this channel, but I'm going to need a little something from you guys. I'm going to need just one more subscriber. 10 subscribers. I just need one more to reach 10 subscribers, and I will do a special video. But anyway, that's the shining of this Dr. Cinema diagnosis. So like, comment, share, subscribe, and Dr. Cinema, see you next time.